What if I told you sex addiction isn't really about sex? It's not about pleasure. It's not even about desire. In some of the most extreme cases, like powerful, wealthy men, it's actually about something much deeper and much darker. And once you understand it, you'll never look at these scandals the same way again. We've all heard the stories: power, money, influence, and then shocking behavior that seems impossible to understand. How can someone who appears so successful be so out of control? Today, we're breaking down the real psychology behind sex addiction in a way that actually makes sense. And no, this isn't about excusing behavior. It's about understanding what's really going on underneath. Here's the first thing most people get wrong. Sex addiction is not driven by pleasure. Instead, it's driven by escape. For many people, sex becomes a way to block out uncomfortable emotions like anxiety, loneliness, shame, boredom, even anger. Think of it like this. For a few moments, everything goes quiet. The stress disappears, the emptiness fades, but then it comes back. And when it does, the person goes right back to the same behavior. Not because they want to, but because it feels like they have to. This creates a cycle that's incredibly hard to break. First, there's emotional discomfort. Then comes the behavior. Then a short period of relief. But after that, shame, guilt, regret. And those feelings just push the person right back into the cycle again. Over time, something else happens. What used to feel exciting stops working. So the person needs more intensity, more risk, more novelty. From the outside, it looks like reckless behavior, but from the inside, it feels like survival. Now here's where things get even more dangerous. When someone has money, power, or influence, the normal barriers disappear. They have more access, more privacy, fewer consequences, and often people who enable them. That means the behavior doesn't just continue, it expands, it becomes a system. Here's the strange part. From the outside, these people look completely in control, but in reality, they're not in control at all. They build complicated systems to hide their behavior. They manage schedules, people, secrecy. But all of that effort reveals one thing: the behavior is controlling them. The more power they have, the more they use it to feed the addiction. So what's really driving all of this? In most cases, it comes down to three things. 1, emotional escape. They're trying to avoid painful feelings. 2, need for validation. Each encounter answers a silent question. Am I still wanted? Do I still matter? But the feeling never lasts. 3, need for control. Sex creates a situation where everything feels predictable. No emotional risk, no vulnerability, just control. And for someone who feels unstable inside, that control can feel addictive. Many people struggling with this live double lives. On the outside, successful, disciplined, respected. On the inside, compulsive, secretive, out of control. They separate these two worlds completely, because if those worlds collide, everything falls apart. So what does this all mean? It means that what looks like excess is often something much deeper. A coping mechanism that turned into a trap, a way to survive that became impossible to escape, and that's the real tragedy. Someone can have all the power in the world on the outside and still feel completely powerless on the inside. If this changed the way you think about these kinds of stories, hit like, subscribe, and share. Because understanding the psychology behind behavior is the first step to seeing the truth.